Haven't you finished the report yet, Zoya? Not yet, but I'll submit it in 2 more hours. What? Mr. Kim told us to submit it by 11 am today. It's 10:30 and you're still saying 2 more hours? Like seriously? Please, Ron. Just manage him somehow. I'll finish it quickly, I promise. Huh? No. He would eat me alive if I tried. Only you can do this, since Mr. Kim has a soft spot for you. Vaughn blushed. For the rest of us, he's just a cool demon CEO boss. Hey, don't you dare call me a demon. Okay, I won't. But tell me one thing. When will you confess your love to him? I have been trying to know if he has any feelings for me or not. I'm still thinking about it. Planning to propose to him on his birthday. I just hope he accepts it, if possible. What? Mr. Kim is calling you to his cabin. Come in. Leah left and Vaughn looked at Zoya with a blank face. I think he is calling me for the report surely. How can I go, knowing it would be trigger him? Please manage it. If he called me, he would surely fire me. But he only not show his anger on you. So please go. Vaughn sighed in tension and shrugged her shoulders and left from there to him, taking courage. She had some fear around him too, because when it came to his work, he was too professional and strict. When she entered, she saw Jay was getting frustrated as he stared at the screen of laptop. She nervously prayed to God inside and called him with a gentle tone. When he heard Vaughn's voice, his frustration faded, and he looked at her, moving the laptop aside immediately. He saw her tugging her hair behind her ears nervously and hesitantly standing in his cabin. Why are you getting nervous now? He asked this, not asking about his work. I'm not nervous. I was about to work, but I suddenly came here when Leah told me you called me. Jane hung and looked at her outfit, which looked good on her. He wanted to make her feel at ease rather than like this so. You are looking really good in this outfit today. Her eyes brightened at his compliment and she started feeling cozy. Thank you, sir. Why haven't you guys submitted the report yet? Finally, he asked why he had actually called her after talking. She now started trying to find the words to say. So, by her silence and shutting, he understood she hadn't finished yet. His face turned serious, furrowing his eyebrows. As he had already spoken. Isn't it completed yet? It's because of Zoya again? It must be Zoya, right? Isn't it? He was about to call her, but Vaughn interrupted him. Sir, it's because of me. Give me 1 more hour. I'll finish it. Oh, it's because of you? Okay then. Well, don't stress too much. Complete it by evening. I'll write it. She gasped when he said it, and not getting serious about this just because she was the reason. She smiled. Of course, why not? Any girl would crave this type of attention from the man, wouldn't they? Okay, sir. I'll go then. He nodded as he fixed his eyes on the screen again, and she left. But after she left, Tay glanced at the way she had gone and smiled. Vaughn joined in Kim's office as an employee 1 year ago, and at first Tay used to be cold with her too. But since she started working well and impressing him with her skills, he changed. She had a crush on him in the beginning, but that turned into love. She hasn't confessed yet, as she was waiting and didn't know if they had any objections or he would accept her love. But all she knew was that he wouldn't be cold with her, and he would be with her so softly, as if they were a couple, showing his soft side to her. Time skipped to night. Vaughn was waiting for a taxi alone and checking the time on her wristwatch with concern. It's going to rain soon. How will I go? I should buy a car soon somehow. She was waiting for a taxi and when it finally came, she saw the driver's face and suspected something. A smell of alcohol was coming from him, and the way he was looking at her wasn't very good. Vaughn didn't understand. Should she really go in this taxi with him? It was the only taxi she had booked online. But no, how can she take the risk? Get in the car now. No, I'll cancel the booking. What? He asked, getting out of the taxi and walking towards her, smirking at her. She was feeling a lot of tension but trying to stay steady. I don't think this is a safe ride for me. How can you not ride? Come on. I'll show you how good a driver I am. He was about to come closer, smirking at her, but suddenly someone pushed him back and made Vaughn go blank. Baby, why are you mad? Come with me. I won't repeat it again, okay? Calm down. He was pretending as if he were her husband. Vaughn made a confused face, but Jay winked at her. Huh? Are you sure? Jay cupped her cheeks, which left Vaughn in disbelief, and the driver was Vaughn, realizing he was her husband. Yeah, I'm sure. Let's go home fast. Our child is waiting for both of us. She blushed at him, how the way he was lying and pretending, the way he said this child made her heart flutter too. Then she held his hand and taking her towards his car. And the driver scratching the back of his neck and banged his hand on the car. They were both standing by his car and they opened the car door for her, but she didn't get in, as she still couldn't believe how he pretended for her. Thanks, sir. No problem. Tell me your address. I'll drop you off. It's okay, sir. I'll book another taxi. No. Why the trouble for you, sir? I'll go. There is no trouble when we like each other too. She was speechless. He gave her a smile, which made her face turn red. He tilted his head and gestured for her to get in the car. From today, I'll drop you off and pick you up too. And I won't listen if you still want to say no. As you say. That's good. They both got in the car, and he started the engine and drove away. From that moment, they both became closer, and she started calling him by his name instead of sir. One day when Vaughn was getting into his car as he came to pick her up on the way to the office, she noticed something different about the way he was looking at her. While observing his side profile, she spoke. Jay, why are you like that? It's nothing. There is something. You aren't looking like your usual self. He glanced at her while driving and said, Today I saw my ex-girlfriend. She was speechless about his ex-girlfriend. Yes, he had once mentioned he had an ex, but she never asked for more details. She didn't dare to, as she felt weak because of her love for him. But now, seeing the way he was, she finally asked him about it. Jay, did you talk to her? Leave it one. But how could she leave? She was feeling fear inside. What if he wanted his ex back? And that's why he was acting like that? If it was true, then what about her love for him? Jay, do you still have feelings for her? He looked at her with unreadable expression, but as he gazed into her eyes, he couldn't answer. Instead, he fixed his gaze back on the road. She felt her heart sink. Turning to look the other way, she felt scared, her heart racing. She asked something without looking at his face. At least tell me this. What's her name? Mira. The way his tone sounded hit Vaughn in her heart. And that was it. They both didn't say anything. The car ride was silent. At the office, Vaughn went to her place and sat down, and Zoe also came and called Vaughn, but Vaughn didn't respond. Then Zoe, gripping her shoulders, made her look at her. Hey, why does your face look like that? What happened? I think Tay is missing his ex-girlfriend Mira, and the way he is appeared is still in my mind. Ex-girlfriend? Hey, don't overthink. He might have moved on too. I don't think so. And now, if you want, then ask Mr. Kim clearly. Don't suffer like this. Excuse me, where is Tay's cabin? Zoya and Vaughn were confused. Who dared to call the boss by his nickname? They saw a girl who looked like about 25 years old and like a mom. It's the corner of cabin on the left. But who are you? It's Mira. Vaughn's heart stopped for the beat, and Zoya was shocked. Mira left for the cabin. Vaughn's heart was beating fast, as if there was no tomorrow. And tears were about to come, but she was controlling herself. Zoya spoke, holding Vaughn's hand. Try to be strong. There may not be anything going on between them, as you might think. You still think so? She collapsed in her place and holding her head to stop herself from bursting into emotions. Well, just go and see. There must not be anything going on between them. Why are you suffering like this? Yes, I'll go and see. She was adjusting herself and went to them without hesitation. I burst into his cabin without knocking, but when I saw made me collapse. I saw Tay holding her, and Mira's both hands wrapped around him. I blinked my eyes, unable to believe it. It must be alive. It must be alive. They both looked at me, but when I saw Hickey on his neck, I realized what the reality was. Sorry, she left from there before Tay could call her. Vaughn, don't leave. Tay, please, don't leave me. He pushed her back angrily and she bumped into the wall. But before she could get up, she balanced herself with her palms on the wall. Are you crazy? I told you I hate you. Just get out of here before I kick you out. Saying this, he left for Vaughn. Vaughn was crying sitting in her place and Zoya was puzzled. Tay came there and called her, but she didn't respond. Vaughn, I need to talk to you. She turned her head towards the screen and is typing something on the keyboard. Ignoring him, he wanted to call her, but since everyone was looking at them, he just left, not making a scene. When the office ended, Tay was waiting in his car, as usual for her. He thought he could explain it to her, but he was shocked to see she was already living in Zoya's car. How can she leave me? Vaughn! He called her name loudly, but Vaughn didn't look back at him. Zoya looked at him while driving, so it was clear that even though Vaughn hurt him, she still didn't look at him. He dialed her phone, but she didn't pick up. He was getting frustrated. He didn't stop calling and called 5 times, but she didn't answer. Then he threw his phone on the road and making it shatter in anger. When he realized he broke the phone, he groaned. But he got an idea. That's it. He gets in the car and drove fast. When Zoya dropped our phone at home and left, Vaughn was gone inside. When she opened the door, she felt someone was behind her. She saw it was Tay, not someone else. She was shocked at how he got there so quickly. Vaughn, don't ignore me without knowing anything. He tried to touch her hand, but she jerked it away and opened the door to go inside. Just as she was about to close the door, he held it. At least listen to me. If you still don't believe me, then do whatever you want, okay? Then she couldn't push the door anymore. Her grip on the door loosened, and he entered. Mira and I were in a relationship for 4 months, but we both weren't made for each other. When I saw her, she had another boyfriend, so I broke up with her. But today she came, hugged me, and tried to kiss me to seduce me, hoping I would go back into a relationship with her. but I didn't agree, so she forcefully gave me this hickey. Trust me, there is nothing more than this between us. I hate her. Vaughn melted hearing all of this. She felt so emotional. I'm sorry, I misunderstood you. It's okay, my love. I know you have feelings for me, but you don't know I also have feelings for you too. He was holding her, looking into her eyes, and spoke. I love you. I love you too. She hugged him in happiness. He hugged her back.